Hello friends, today I am going to talk about enumeration. This video is prepared for the CEH Practical aspirants and also for those who wants to enhance the skills on ethical hacking. In this video, we'll be focusing on 3 key points. First one, establishing active connections with the target system, direct queries to the system, and extract sensitive information about the target. Now, what will you learn from this session? What is enumeration, techniques and steps for enumeration, practical demonstration of 15 tools, 15 popular tools used for enumeration, and enumeration at a glance. Now, in this digital era, among billions of internet users, it is a tough job to protect our IT assets. A technology is growing and developing. The risk factors are also increasing for applications, network systems, both in number and severity. Attackers try to break into the systems through the loopholes or weak points and finally exploit the entire system or network. If any workstation is left in the organization with administrative access, along with some vulnerabilities in the workstation, then that's a golden opportunity for the attacker. Therefore, as an information security person, you should make sure the services do not run as the root user or administrator. And also, always patch, updates all applications, including OS, from the original source only. Now, what is enumeration? Enumeration is the process of extracting information by performing direct queries through active connections. In the first steps of security assessment and pen testing, you have to collect publicly available information about the organization. You can use things like Google database, then go for scanning. Here you can use utilities like Nmap. Next, you need to perform enumeration on the network. In this step, you have to probe the target network further to collect more sensitive information like host names, usernames, share folders, etc. As an expert white hat hacker, or you can say pen tester, you must know various enumeration techniques and extract details of computers, usernames, group informations, vulnerable ports, operating systems, machine names, network resources, services, etc. However, enumeration activities may be illegal, depending on the organization's policies and any laws that are in effect. As an ethical hacker or pen tester, you should always acquire proper authorization before performing enumeration. It's very important. The attackers use this information to find out the vulnerabilities and attack points in the system or network, which helps them to exploit the target or unauthorized access to the system. Enumeration techniques work in an intranet environment. As we discussed, direct connection to the system. So definitely it is intranet environment. All right. Now, techniques and steps for enumeration or the objectives of the enumeration are extract informations like list of PCs, their operating systems, vulnerable ports, network resources, then extract user and group informations from the operating system like Windows enumeration. Same way, extract informations of usernames using email IDs. Now, for example, abc@domain.com. Now, here we know that domain.com is the domain name. So definitely the ABC is username. So once you get the username, you can brute force the password. All right. Then next, extract information using default passwords and policies. Now, default passwords, that information we can get from Google. Like so many websites are there where you can find out like Cisco's router default passwords and some default passwords or different softwares or applications. We can get it by just Google. Then brute force Active Directory to find out informations like object list, attributes. The next is extract informations from DNS zone transfer. So here you can find the host names, subzone information, IP addresses. The next is extract information using SNMP, Simple Network Management Protocol. So all the network devices available that you can get from this. And finally, document all details and all the findings. Whatever informations you will find out at the end, you have to hand it over to the organization or someone senior to you. Like along with the informations you found, you have to provide the countermeasures also. All right. Now, how we will go ahead? What are the steps we are going to follow? So first one is definitely find the network range, the start and end IP addresses. All right, that will be the network range. We can find it using Nmap also. Then undergo host discovery. There we can find the live systems, perform port scanning. There we'll find the vulnerable ports or open ports, block ports. This also we can do using the Nmap utility. And the next one is perform SMB enumeration. All right, server message block. Here we are using the port number TCP UDP 445, SMB over TCP. Windows support file and print sharing using server message block protocol, directly hosted on TCP. This is extremely vulnerable port. Using this, we can obtain complete system OS informations. Then next is UDP port 137, NetBIOS name service, NBNS. The job of NBNS is to match IP addresses with NetBIOS names and queries. Attacker usually attack the name service list. Then the next is TCP 139, NetBIOS station service, SMB over NetBIOS. It is used to transfer files over a network. System admins restrict this port on high priority. Improperly configured TCP port number 139. Now, next is UDP 161. This is SNMP, Simple Network Management Protocol. Consists of a manager and an agent. Now, agents are embedded on every network device like routers and switches, etc. And the manager is installed on a separate computer. SNMP holds two types of passwords and two types of access. First one, read-only community string, it is public. And next is read-write community string, it is private. Now these are the default community strings. Now attackers use these default community strings to extract informations like host, routing table, ARP table, shares, etc. One more port number is used by SNMP, that is TCP or UDP 162. SNMP trap uses this port to receive notifications such as optional variable bindings. Now, next one is DNS, TCP or UDP 53. DNS zone transfer. DNS name resolution process establishes communication between DNS client and server through UDP port 53. But when data exceeds the default size, that is 512 octets, that time DNS uses TCP over port number 53, like in zone transfers. Some malwares like ADM Worm uses 53 to exploit DNS vulnerabilities. All right. Now next one is LDAP, Lightweight Directory Access Protocol, uses TCP or UDP 389 port number. All right, this protocol is used to access directory listing from Active Directory or other distributed directory services. A client starts a LDAP session by connecting to a directory system agent on port number 389. Attacker can anonymously query LDAP service for sensitive information such as valid usernames, addresses, server names, etc. Now next one is Global Catalog Service. Port number used is 3268. Now this service helps Active Directory to maintain the object list and attributes. All right. The next one is NTP, Network Time Protocol Enumeration, to find out the time servers and all. The port number is 123, UDP. The next is SMTP, Simple Mail Transfer Protocol. The port number is 25. Now, these mailing systems commonly uses SMTP POP3, IMAP that enables the users to save the messages in server mailbox and download them occasionally from the server. It uses port number 25. Attackers can directly interact with SMTP via the telnet prompt and collect list of valid users on SMTP server. Then the next is IPsec. It's UDP 500 port number. All right. Internet Security Association and Key Management Protocol or Internet Key Exchange, ISA-KMP or IKE, is the protocol used to set up a security association in IPsec protocol suite. It uses UDP port number 500 to establish, modify, and delete security associations and cryptographic keys in VPN environment. Attackers can perform a simple direct scanning for ISA-KMP at UDP port number 500 with the tools like Nmap to get information related to the presence of any VPN device. All right. The next one is 5060 or 5061 SIP, Session Initiation Protocol. Is a protocol used in applications like internet telephony for voice and video call. It uses 5060 for non-encrypted traffic and 5061 for encrypted traffic. Then the next port number is 135. It is RPC, Remote Procedure Call. So MSRPC Endpoint Mapper is a protocol used by client systems to request a service from the server. RPC Endpoint Mapper enables the RPC clients to determine the port numbers currently assigned to a specific RPC service. This is a flaw in, there is a flaw in RPC message transmission over TCP IP because of incorrect handling of malformed messages. This vulnerability allows attackers to launch DOS attacks. All right, so these are the port numbers which are our target when we will do the enumeration. Now, next we are going to do the practical demonstration. The objective of this practical is to provide expert knowledge on enumeration tools and techniques. All right, and we are going to find out username, group information, or you can say group members, list of machines, their operating system, vulnerable ports, network shares, policies, passwords, etc. So let's start the practical. Okay, so now we are going to start the practicals. First, I'll give if config, which will give me my IP address, that is 10.10.10.11, and subnet mask is 255.255.255.0. Now here we got the network ID also from the subnet mask, that is 10.10.10.0. Now next we will do Nmap, and no switches, only Nmap, and I'll give the network ID, that is 10.10.10.0/24. All right, now this will give us the live systems, all right, or you can say the network range, and along with that it will give us the open ports also, so we can find the vulnerable ports also. It's very basic, no switches are available. We can run the Nmap with different switches also, for example, ping sweep, and then you can say UDP scan, TCP scan, then all information A switch, O for operating system. Yeah, we got the result. So we'll see what are the live systems available on my network. Okay, so here, first one is the 8, 10.10.10.8 is the first system. The second one is 9, then 10, then 11 is my one only, then 12, then 16. So these are the systems up and running on a network. So here it is showing the port numbers also. We can find our vulnerable port numbers, or you can say which are our target. So it's C135, 139, 445. These are open. Now here it is giving the TCP scan because we have run the default scan only. We have not given any switches. So we are not getting any UDP open ports over here. So we have, if we want it, we have to find it separately. All right. Now, next we will do Metasploit. All right. So, what's the first command? It is msf db init is the first command to initialize the MSF console database. Now here it is showing creating initialization database schema. MSFDB is the first command when we want to use the database of Metasploit. Okay, so now we will give service, oh my bad, service PostgreSQL restart. This is service related to MSF console. So it started. Now we will run MSF console to start our Metasploit. Now what is the use of MSF console? What is showing? To MSF Metasploit is a tool used by many attackers and defenders to leverage its approach to run different types of payloads. All right, now payloads are the main thing which are ready to use available on the Metasploit. Now here it is showing on the screen. We have 1730 exploits ready to use. Same way 990 auxiliaries, then 509 payloads for attacks, you can say. All right, now what's the command first? Again, we will run Nmap here. Inside Metasploit also we can run Nmap. Now Nmap caps P minus N, then this is for skip the ping sweep we can skip. Then S, capital S, this is for sync scan, then caps A for all information, then O and caps X. Here we will give a file name, for example, data. So in this file, whatever outputs machine will find out after running the Nmap will be stored inside this particular file. And here I'll give the network ID 0, then 24. That's it. Run. Now this takes generally some time. Okay, till then we'll see what's there in the Metasploit. So with this tool, what we can do, discover network range, discover live systems in the network. So we have done this, live systems and network range. The next is port scanning. This is also we have done with the Nmap till now already. And then next is SMB enumeration. So we'll target the port number 445. And then next is SNMP enumeration. That target port number is 161. Okay, let's wait for the result. All right, so we got the output. This is giving a lot of information. For example, we'll see the 16 machines, what it's showing. It's a website, www.goodshopping.com. There's a website hosted on this system. Then the open ports are showing 21 FTP is open over here. Then 80 HTTP's port is also open. Then there are some services installed. Its version number also it is telling. IIS 10.0 is installed over here. Then RPC, next is 139 port number, 445 is open. Then it is telling about the MAC address also of the system. Operating system, maybe Windows Server 2016. Okay, so we'll see then a NetBIOS name also it is telling. SMB version 2 is installed over here. All right, so now let's go for our SMB enumeration. All right, so here we will once again run Nmap. We'll see detailed information once again for the 16 system. Our target is 16, 10.10.10.16. So our next command, first we will give a command as host. No, we will import the file. db underscore import. Our file was data. No such file. Oh, my D was capital. Yeah, so it's importing the IP addresses 8, 9, 10, 12, 16, and 11. So it has imported all the informations of these systems. Now we will run command host to see how much detail it is giving us. So the OS flavor, it's not telling us. Okay, it's giving the operating system names, but it's a standard edition or enterprise edition. That much detail it is not giving. Now for that, we will be doing SMB enumeration. So we'll target the SMB. Now next, before that, we will once again run nmap db_nmap db_nmap minus sync scan, then caps A. Then our target system, it's 16. Again, we have to wait for some time. All right, we got the result. So it is giving the complete detail of that particular system. Starting the Nmap 7.6, Nmap's version it is telling, it's telling the website name, then it is telling the port numbers, then the services, their version, everything. Now that -A switch is very much useful. It gives almost all informations. It's a very useful switch in your exams also. You can use it. You'll get complete version details or the port number, OS informations, a lot of information it will give you. Okay, now next we will now use the SMB target command. So use scanner /SMB /SMB_ version. Oh, I have given switch. Well, I have given a space over here, so it's not going to run. Yeah. Now use scanner SMB version. We'll give a command as show options. Show options. Okay, so here we can see what are the other commands or options we have to give over here, which are the required and which are not required. Now here it is saying our host is required one, then threads required one. So these two we will configure. So our host, oh, I have to give a set command, set our host. Our host will be 10.10.10.8 to 16. These are our hosts. Then next is set threads. Threads 100 will give. Okay, then run. All right, it is finding out the flavors of the OS, or you can say the versions in more detail, like standard, pro, enterprise. It's giving now. Now again, let's run the host command. Okay, it is giving. So in the system 10.10.10.8 is having Windows 8.1 Pro. Then next is 10 is having Windows 10 Enterprise. 12 is having Windows 2012 R2 Standard. Then 16 OS is having Windows 2016 Standard. All right. So here we had run the SMB enumeration, SMB information. Through the SMB, we got the operating system in detail. Okay, now next we will do SNMP enumeration. All right, so SNMP enumeration, next we are going to do SNMP is what? Simple Network Management Protocol. Simple Network Management Protocol. Okay, so let's start. First, we have to check whether the SNMP port number is open or not. Okay, so UDP port number we have to find. So scan for UDP port number 161. Target system, again we'll take the 16 one. All right. Oh, that is open. All right. So 10.10.10.16 in this system, port number 161, which is used by SNMP, Simple Network Management Protocol, the port is open. All right. Now next we will brute force, we will check the public credential is open or not. It is used or not, or they have changed it. Again, we'll give the same command to this. The next is -- script equal to SNMP brute, that you have to give SNMP dash brute. So we'll find, oh, the public credential is valid here. All right, so using the public credential, we can do SNMP enumeration, and we can find out all informations like the drives, then services, applications installed on the system, machine users, machine name is already we got. So let's do now Metasploit again, MSF console. MSF console. Here again we are going to use one auxiliary, that is this time SNMP auxiliary. Ready? So use auxiliary / scanner / SNMP / SNMP underscore login. So here we have to give again our host information, which system is our target. Okay, so we can set our host, set our host. Now this time one system, that is our 16. Then exploit. Okay, so successfully login. Login successful with the public credential. Right, now we'll do enumeration. We can use the up arrow. Instead of login, here it is enum. Done. So auxiliary SNMP enum. Then again our target system is 16. Exploit. Now see, lots of informations we are going to find here. Now these all are processes running over here. Then we'll be getting, these are the applications. Which are the applications installed on the system? See, SQL Server, Visual Studio, .NET Framework, C++, SQL Data. All these are the applications it is showing which are installed on this system. Lots of complete information it is giving. It is giving about the disk storage, its drives, then the network informations. These are again, it is telling about what physical memory, virtual memory, drive details, C drive, D drive, those are. Then again, some other services, network services. Then the UDP port numbers, which are open over here. Then it is telling the routing information, routing table, IP information. What else you need? Lots of information it is giving. Just one SNMP enumeration. Now here we will get account information. Yes, so user accounts. Which are the user account? Guest, Jason, Martin, Sheila, administrator, and some MS SQL server 0001 like that. SQL server is installed, so definitely we'll be getting these accounts. So here we got the complete detail of the system. This is what is enumeration. Now we don't need to do anything else for this system. We got everything from this SNMP enumeration. What was our target? What was our aim? Everything we have achieved just by doing SNMP enumeration. So from that we can understand this port number 161 is a lot vulnerable. We must have to block it. We should not use it. It should not left open. Now next, we are going to use Global Network Inventory tool, the next one. Last practical we have done on the Linux system. Now here we are going to use Windows Server. It's Windows Server 2016 system. We are going to use to run Global Network Inventory. Like global network inventory, what it is going to give us: discover live systems in the network, discover all services running in the network, discover shares in the network, then perform SMB enumeration, SNMP enumeration. All these facilities are available in global network inventory. So let's start global network inventory use. So here I kept it. Global network inventory, we have to run the setup. Here in this picture only we can see a lot of information it is giving actually. Next, I accept, next, 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 install. I agree. Close. Again. Now IP range, we know that. What is our IP range? This is 10.10.10.8 to 16. 10.10.16. Next. Connect as currently logged on user. Finish. So it's scanning. Scan in progress as it is showing. So here we can find like operating system, logical disk, disk drives, any connected printers, network adapters, main board information, BIOS information, memory information, NetBIOS information. Okay, so NetBIOS enumeration is also happens here. Then computer system, processes, everything. So there are so many tools which we can use for our enumeration. Now here also I'm going to show you lots of tools. You no need to be expert in each and every tool, but you should use everyone. Like if you will use multiple tools, then only you will understand the feasibility, the easy to access thing, which will be more comfortable for you that you can use for your exams or you can use in your practical life. But we should at least use multiple tools. It's almost done. Scanned notes, 8 out of 9. 1 minute it took. Yes, complete. Okay, once it got completed, it will automatically close the scanning screen. Now here it is showing the IPs of your 10, 11, 16, 9, then 8, 12. Now see, a lot information it is giving us. Now suppose we will see the 12 systems, all details, machine name, it is showing. Okay, if you go to this, one particular skin comes, here also it is giving you a lot detail. All right, the domain name is CEH, then the host name, then MAC address. Okay, so then the vendor of the operating system which one, its version number. Now SNMP devices, see all the SNMP information. Again here also it is telling whatever information has been detected by the SNMP, all are showing here. Now let's go for the user option. Where is the users? Shares before that. Okay, these are the shares which are C dollar, admin dollar, IPC dollar, then net logons is what. Now this dollar, we know that anyone who is working on Windows systems, we know that after installing the system, our all drives got shared, but with a dollar sign, so it's a hidden share. If you don't know the name of the share, then we cannot access it. If you know the share name, then only we can access, because if you share it with a dollar sign, it's a hidden share. Now here is the user information. Oh, these are the users available. Administrator, domain admin, enterprise admin, Jason, Martin, Sheila, guest, all are open, right? Network adapters. So this is Intel's network adapter showing the IP address, MAC address, subnet mask, Ethernet. Then what else is left? The services, let's see. All the services which are stopped and running, everything, complete information it is giving you. Then processor, Intel's Xeon processor, 64-bit. That's it. What else we need? Everything is available here. The NetBIOS enumeration. All right, so NetBIOS 16 character details also will be given here. What are the services available? File server is here, workstation service is here, domain controller is here, then it is a domain master browser also. All information it is giving. So in SNMP enumeration, we saw that everything it is telling you the same way. Global network inventory is also telling you. Now here in the Metasploit, it was done in the Linux system, and here we have done in the Windows system. But both are giving you the complete informations. Right? We are doing, we can do the NetBIOS enumeration, SMB enumeration, SNMP enumeration, all through the one tool, right? Now next we are going to do advanced IP scanner. What is the use of that? It is used to perform vulnerability scanning to find the network flaws and vulnerabilities and fix it before attacker can intrude. It identifies devices on your network that are open to known vulnerabilities. Now let's install that. Advanced IP scanner. Now installing this software, it takes a little time, it takes some time. Now here again, we have to give our network range. We already know that it's 10.10.iPad8-16. Scan it. Now, what are the informations we need to find for, you can say, enumeration? Our techniques we have already achieved till now, like much live systems, their users, services, port numbers. Still, I am just showing you some other tools also. So whichever you feel comfortable, you can use that. Now here what it is showing, the live systems in that range it is showing. Then it is showing 9 is having Ubuntu operating system. It's having HTTP, Apache 2. Then 10, it is showing IIS is installed over there. Then FTP site must be there. We'll be installing this. Now installing this software, sometimes it takes a lot of time. It takes some time. Now here we know that the range of our live systems, that is 10.10.10.8 to 16. Let's scan it using our advanced IP scanner. Now here it is giving the host name, then IP, manufacturer, MAC address. Now whatever informations we need to find out in the enumeration, we already achieved that by doing the last two practicals, that is in SNMP enumeration and using the global network inventory tool. In SNMP enumeration, we have seen in using the Linux system, and then in global network inventory, we have done it in Windows Server. But still, we are going to use some more tools so that you can decide which one you will be feeling more comfortable. The outputs will be more familiar or easy to understand. You can use that tool for, you can decide which one you're going to use for your exams. Okay, now this is the 9 system. It is having Ubuntu operating system, Apache 2 installed over there. Then next one is the 10.10.10.10. It is having IIS 10.0, then IIS HTTPD 10.0, and then FTP is also open there. FTP site must be there. Then 11, the Linux system we used in Nmap. Then the next is 12. It is having the HTTPD 2.4.27, then netlogon folder, sysvol folder. Then in 16, it is having the website of thatgoodshopping.com, FTP. Then E drive is shared over there. So it is one of the shared folders, right? So now if we right click on a system, then a particular window comes out. So here what are the things available? We can rename, rescan the selected one, then we can shut down that system. Then there are some tools like ping we can do, Tracer, Telnet, SSH. Then remotely connect also we can do. On a remotely full control, our admin is available here. All right, so this is the use of advanced IP scanner. Now we'll see the next one. Next, which one is there? It is Superscan. So next tool we are going to use is Superscan. Now what is there in Superscan? It detects open TCP, UDP ports and running services on the target machines and can allow attacker to exploit these open ports. So here Windows enumeration is available. Now we'll be installing the Superscan tool. Okay, so here is the enumeration. Now, which IP we want to enumerate? Let's do the 12 system, 10.10.10.12. Enumerate. Okay, first came the NetBIOS enumeration. So 00, the 16 character is for which service? Then 01, then yeah, so what it is doing, it is a workstation service, and then 1C is for the domain controller, then 20 is server service, then 1B is the master browser. So these are the services running detected by the NetBIOS. Then some other informations also available here, group, user, the process IDs, different applications, the processes, services running on the system. A lot details it is also giving like our other tools. All right, so this was the Superscan. We are doing the Windows enumeration. Even you can use the other two options also, like host and service discovery, then some other tools also available, host discovery, UDP port scan, TCP port scan, which we had already done using the Nmap. So again, I'm not showing here. Now, next tool is Hyena. Now, what we can do with the use of Hyena? Hyena used to see all the operations like management of user, group, local or global, shares, then files, user rights, domain, group, computer, services, printer, sessions, disk space, etc. So these are the informations we can find using Hyena. Now, next we are going to do, now we are going to install it. As I told you, so many tools, softwares are available for the hacking system, or you can say for scanning, for enumeration. These are the tools which we can use for scanning also, for enumeration also. We got it in the start menu. Just close it. Okay. Okay, again, you want to update the Hyena? Not at all. So we are getting this local system complete information. See the drives, local connections, user, group, printer, share, session, open file, services, disk, drivers, events, schedule job, registry, user rights. Great, right? So let's see the user information. These are. So we have seen this same information by doing the SNMP enumeration. I have, you remember? So user, guest, Jason, Martin, then this the SQL users, Sheila, then some group information. Let's see the shares. These are admin dollar, then C dollar, E drive is shared and E dollar also available. Then sessions, services, disk space. So C and E it is showing here. Then free space, used space. Then let's see the services. Let's see the events. Okay, so logs are available related to hardware, Internet Explorer. Now let's see for the events. So it is telling about these events took place, some services or applications, start time, end time, used by, this error or information, etc. So you can say the complete detail, complete computer management you are able to find out in using the Hyena software. So we got all these details which is showing here, it's given here, like schedule, job, disk space, sessions, shares, computer information, services, events, user, group, etc. etc. All right, so let's see which is the next one. NetBIOS Enumerator. So NetBIOS Enumerator, this is definitely the NetBIOS enumeration it is going to do. Already we have seen the NetBIOS enumeration by using the global network inventory also, and in the Metasploit also. So here we'll do the NetBIOS Enumerator. Let's install it. So here also it is giving some information. First we have to give information of our system, or you can say the range 60 scan. So what it is showing about the 8, this is showing about the 8 is NetBIOS names 6. So what it is, workstation service, domain name, file server service, potential master browser, these are installed. Then it is telling the MAC address. That's all. Now we are going to do nbitstate and nbitscan. Now, these are the two commands used for NetBIOS enumeration. Now, what are the information we generally find out using these commands are like name list, NetBIOS name list, which is showing here in the slide, like 00 if it is showing, then it's a workstation service, 03 if it is showing, it is a messenger service, then 20, then file service, 1B primary domain controller, 1C is domain controller. But these numbers come where? They are identified where? It's like NetBIOS name is of total 16 characters. Out of that, 15 character denotes the host name or the machine name, and the 16th character identifies the services which are installed over there or loaded in that system. Now, let's do nbt state minus a, and then we will use the 12th machine. Let's wait for the result. Okay, so it is showing the services 00, so workstation is definitely here. Then 1C, it is domain controller, 1B, it is a primary domain controller, 20 is there, so definitely file service is also there in this machine. That is 12th machine. All right, now we will use a command that is nbitstate minus n. About our own system. This tells about your own system, the NetBIOS local name table. Then next we'll see about C. Now this tells about the connection which is made from this machine. So we made a connection with 10.10.10.12. So it is showing this particular system information is loaded in the cache, and it is showing, and from for how many seconds we got connected, or from how many seconds it is connected, it is 553 seconds it is showing. So this is how we can use the nbitstate. Now if we want to know more information, so if we want to learn the help, then we can use it nbtstate. So here it is telling us all the switches available with the nbitstate command. We can use all rest of the commands also, or switches also. Now let's go for the Linux system. We will use nbtscan command. Now we'll run nbtscan. NetBIOS. Now here also it is showing the documentation, what are the switches we can use. Now here -R is given. Let's use that nbtscan -R, and then we'll give the network ID as given here, .0/24. Yeah, it is showing the systems, all the live systems which it is able to identify, maybe which are running the NetBIOS service, because it is not showing the 9 machine which is not running NetBIOS service. It is showing about the up systems or live systems 11, 16, 10, 12, 8, and for 16, 10, 12, 8 machines, it is showing the MAC address also. Okay, now let's run -V option also. nbtscan -V -R, and then we'll use the same system, that is the 12 one. Let's see, here it is giving us the 80 is giving. So this is the NetBIOS name table for the host machine 10.10.10.12. So here also it is showing about the host name, it is the services, and then the MAC address. Now, what are the services loaded here? 00 workstation service, 1C, which is domain controller, 20 for file service, 1B as a primary domain controller. So we got all the informations. Now, nbitstate and nbitscan, these are the two commands used very much for NetBIOS enumeration. All right, now we'll go for the next practical. SoftPerfect network scanner. SoftPerfect network scanner. What we are going to find over here, MAC address across the routers, hidden shared folders, internal or external IP address. So let's do it, which is SoftPerfect Network Scanner. SoftPerfect Network Scanner will install now. Here again, we have to give our network range, which is 10.10.10.8 and then 10.10.10.16. So start scanning. It is telling about the share folder, its MAC address, host name. Now, suppose I do right click over here, then open device. We can open HTTP via web, then secure web, file server, telnet, computer management, remote desktop, all these are. So suppose we want to open the remote desktop. Let's give our own administrator information. Oh, it's connected, but access denied. Let's see the computer management if we can open. We got it. So what it is showing, task, schedule, no task, event viewer, Windows. It is giving the audit success, or if failure will be configured, then failure also. Security logs we can see here. From SoftPerfect Network Scanner, we connected to the 16 system, and then their computer management is open. So we can see complete detail of the computer management. Okay. Then next is NetView and NetUse. All right, so using the NetView and NetUse, we will find out the share information of that particular system. Let's see that. Now let's start NetView / 10.10.10.16. What are the shares available on 16? It is showing the E drive is shared. Okay, so now we will use NetUse command for 10.10.10.16 / E drive, then inverted quotes / user got connected, and then we'll see some more detail about the E. Okay, so it is showing this source is this open connection 0, so this E drive, then its open disk is 0 and connections 2. So from 2 systems, this E drive is being accessed right now. All right, so this is the use of NetUse and NetView command. We can find the share, and share has been accessed right now or not. These two informations we can find out using the NetView and NetUse command. Now these connections and sessions we have seen in Hyena also available. So over there also you can find it out. And then shares we can find from so many other tools we had already seen, but still we can use these two commands also. Now our next one is AD Explorer. So here we are going to do LDAP enumeration. So AD Explorer. Let's install the AD Explorer. This is. Now here we have to give informations like to whom we want to connect. Let's see, we will give the 12 one. We have to give some user information also, be the administrator only. Now these user informations which I'm giving here in your exams, you will be provided with. And if you're real time ethical hacking, when you're going to work on the systems in some organization, then definitely you're going to do white box hacking. So that means you will be getting the informations, right, for the checking or pen testing. All right, so we got some information. Let's see what it is exactly. So schema partition, configuration partition, domain, forest, everything we are getting of this Active Directory, which is installed on 12. So the domain name is ceh.com. All right. So let's see what it is giving the C of CS information. Let's see for the users. Oh, we got. And everywhere it is like CN equal to, which is the format of LDAP, Lightweight Directory Access Protocol. CN equal to the username, DC equal to the domain name, DC equal to com. That is the format. Or you can say the naming convention of Active Directory or used by the LDAP, Lightweight Directory Access Protocol. So using this AD, Active Directory Explorer, we can access complete Active Directory, but we need to provide one user information. So as I told you, this information you will get in exams, definitely. And in case of companies or organizations, we are going to do white box hacking. So definitely we will be getting some informations to do that, not all, because all you have to find out. Next we'll see what is megaping. Now next is the megaping. What we can do with the megaping: detect live host, open ports of the system and network, perform DNS lookup, DNS list host, finger, host monitor, IP scanner, NetBIOS and scanning, network time synchronization. So that means the NTP scanning or enumeration, also ping, then who is, etc., etc. So now let's do the megaping. We'll install the megaping tool where it's, yes. Next, I accept, next, next, install. This is our megaping tool. Here we can do a lot of different types of enumerations, like, yes, we got it. So here, what other things we can do? We can do DNS lookup, so DNS enumeration, finger, Linux enumeration, network time, NTP enumeration, ping, resort, who is, system information, IP scanner, NetBIOS, port scan, host monitor. This is one of the very good tool, very much useful. So what we will be doing: IP scanning, then process information, system information, or NetBIOS scanning, anything. Let's give the NetBIOS .10.10.8 to 16. Start. Oh, we got this. Complete NetBIOS informations we will be getting here. Different services used by that particular system with this 16 character. As we know that NetBIOS names are of 16 character. First 15 is the host name and the 16th one is the ID number which will denote for a particular service, like 00 is for workstation, then 20 will be for file service, like that. So these numbers you can find out in your text also, and textbook also, and in Google also you can find this. Then 2012, here we can see 1C, this is for the domain controller. So easily we can do NetBIOS enumeration over here. Now if we want to go for the port scanning, for example, port scan settings we can do here. What you want to scan, how you want to scan, how many packets you want to send, your timeout settings, etc. Like suppose destination address list. Want to give only one system, that is 12. It's scanning. 6% scan is going on. All the port numbers, their services, applications, it is going to give you. Same way here, we can do the share scan, host monitoring, we can do system information, process information. Very much useful this is. It is doing complete scanning. All right, now lots of information we got, port information still 61% only, 67%, 73. Keywords also it is telling in short so that we can understand the port number used for. 445389 for LDAP, 445 for our SMB, 139 for NetBIOS, 135. So all the vulnerable ports which has to be closed are open over here. So that we can practice. Scanning complete. All right. This was the tool called Megaping. All right. Now we'll see the next one. It is NetScan Tools Pro. So next we are going to do NetScan Tools Pro. So let's start. NetScan Tools Pro. Next. Accept. Now in the CEH book also, which is provided by EC Council, there we can see this NetScan Tools Pro. This particular software has been given in so many enumerations. The tools provided for enumeration, in that option we will get in so many enumerations it is we can do with the help of NetScan Tools Pro, like SNMP enumeration, SMTP enumeration, RPC enumeration. This is again a very useful tool. So mostly which can give us a lot of data is one is this one, then one we saw in the Megaping, then one is global network inventory, then definitely the Metasploit is always there. Ethical hackers favorite. Next, start demo. Very soon it will start. Start demo again. Sometimes these tools or applications, they take some time when you do it. Even in exams also, but that's okay. We get enough time to use our tools, our commands. Very easily we can find out all informations. Now in case of me, I practiced only the iLab tools and I scored 100%, 20 out of 20 in my CEH exam using these tools only. Manual tools. Then which one? ARP scan is there, ARP ping is there, DHCP, you can find out DNS informations, you can find out finger for Linux. Then MAC address database, you can find out network shares through SMB enumeration. Then network routing, packet capture, ping scanner, routing information, SMB, SNMP, you can see. All this, all tools, all the things we can find out from this. This is one of the very much useful tool. Now we will do, suppose, ping scanner. Okay. Now start IP and end IP. From 1 to, suppose, we'll be giving 20. Let's see what it is giving us. Start. Accept. Okay, it is pinging to each of the system. So here it gives the detail. Now what it is showing? 10.8 system, 9 OS it is not telling us, 11 it is not telling us, this is not telling us the Linux system. Says we have saw that in last some other enumeration systems or tools, we saw that this is even in advanced IP scanner also we saw this. 9 is using Ubuntu Linux and here this is Kali Linux. So then Windows systems it is telling. So finally we got the echo reply of this much machines. So these are the tools you can practice whichever you want to see the output for the port scanning, for SMTP, for SNMP, even for RPC. Just you need to provide your destination systems information, you will get the output as you want. All right. Now next tool we will see is IP tools. Now in IP tools also we can find out lot informations like NetBIOS, SNMP, DNS, Linux enumeration, port scanning. Now let's see the next one, that is which one? That is IP tool. Yes, we will close this. Now let's do the IP tools. Here is IP tools we will install. Install. Okay, now this is also very much useful tool. I use this one in my exams also. You can find connections, NetBIOS information, NB scanner, SNMP scanner, name scanner, port scanner, ping scanner, UDP scanner. You can just go on your NS lookup. So definitely DNS, what it is, DNS enumeration you can do. Now let's do, suppose, SNMP scanner. We will give the IP information 8 to 16. Stop. Now here it is giving you, see. Public community string is available here. Which are the machines it is telling? For 16 it is there, for 12 it is there. Other systems it is trying to find out, it's not able to find. So these are the two systems where SNMP is open and public string is available so that attacker can try it. All right. So same way like I did the SNMP scanning, you can do the NetBIOS also, then UDP, then other port scan, then DNS. All these enumerations are available in this IP tools. I'll tell again, this is very useful one. Okay. Next, we'll see which one, that is Wireshark. Okay, so we'll do now. Okay, so now we'll start Wireshark practical. First, we'll start the Wireshark. We'll start capturing. Then we'll go to the other system, like Ethernet double click. So here capturing has been started. This is specially used in sniffing practicals. All right, now here we have started in 2016 system in the Windows system. Now we will go to the Linux system, and from there we will ping to the system and we'll see the information is coming here or not. Like here it is telling the from TTL value we can understand which operating system it is using, or from which OS someone is trying to contact this Windows system. All right, we will go to the Linux systems now. Will we log into the Kali Linux? We'll try to ping and then we'll see the TTL value. In sniffing practicals also we use these two systems with Wireshark. We'll open the terminal. We know that the 16 machines IP address is 10.10.10.16. We will run ping, suppose 3, 10.10.10.16. 3 counts done. Now we'll go to the Windows system and then we'll see it has captured or not. Now here in the 16 system we are in, we can filter for ICMP. Okay, so this is the communication between 11 and 16. It is showing. All right, now let's see with a big screen. 16, this is Internet Controlled Message Protocol, ICMP, giving here the details. Now we can see the length is 98, TTL value is 64 and 128. Now when the source is 16 to 11, the packet size is 128, and when the source is 11 to 16, then it is 64. 16 to 11 is 128 and 11 to 16 is 64. Means Windows TTL value is 128 as we know, and Linux TTL value is 64. Wireshark. Most of the people who are working in networking field or in Windows have already used Wireshark in many situations. We are using. We do it in footprinting also, in scanning also, in enumeration also we can use. All right. Now, one more thing we'll show here in the Wireshark only. We'll try to access a website which is hosted on 2016, and we will try to access it from the Linux system, and then we'll see here it is showing or not. All right. And here we will type www.moviescope.com. Let's see. Then in the Windows system, it will be detected or not. Anything we can give here as a login. Because our purpose is not to log in here, we just want to see that it has been captured in the Wireshark or not. Now we'll go to the Windows system. Here in Windows system, we will find HTTP. Yes, it is detected. So here it is showing that www.moviescope.com has been accessed from the 11. All right, and destination is 16 as because the site is loaded in the 16 machine. All right, this is how we can use the Wireshark. There are a lot many more informations we can find out here. Now it is because it is in a clear text, so definitely we can even whatever username, passwords we give, that also we can find it out here. But that part comes under sniffing section. All right, so our next practical is enum for Linux. All right, this one now we are going to do. We have to do it from a Linux system. So we'll go back to the Kali Linux. All right. Now here we are going to use enum for Linux. Enum for Linux. It is also one of the popular tools to access informations, or you can say for enumeration. Now let's do it with 12. Enum for Linux minus a switch with the IP address of your target system. A lot of information it has given. Here we can see it has done the nbtstate command. nbtstate is also one popular tool for NetBIOS enumeration. nbtstate minus a, then IP address you can give. The same result it is giving here. This host name, then it's 16 character, then denoting services it is showing. Now, some other information also related to its operating system, other informations like shares and all. Now, we will run some more switches with this command, that is enum for Linux. Now here in these commands, we need one user information. Like for example, we have a user, we saw it as Martin, then we have to give password also. Now this, how to crack the password, this part comes under system hacking. So in that chapter, we have to discuss that. So now I'm giving here, U is Martin, username, P, that password Apple, and then what information we want. I want the policy informations, and then we'll give that 12. It will give you the policy details. Now see, minimum password age 1 day, that's 4 minutes. Reset the account logout counter 30 minutes. Now it's showing generally the default one because it has not configured here. But whatever policy is, group policies, you will configure those informations it is going to give you here. Now another command, let's give for example G, that is group. What are the group accounts available? All it is showing here. And the 10.10.10.12, whatever group accounts are available showing here. Okay, then next we can check share. This is also one of the very useful tool, but we need the user and password. A local user will work because here the Martin is, it's not the administrator account, it's a local user account that is also giving you the complete details, whatever informations you are trying to access or find. Now share names, admin $, C $, IPC $, net login, net logon sysvol. So this is the use of enum for Linux. Till now, we have discussed so many enumeration techniques and tools, how to extract the informations, or you can say how to get the sensitive informations. Now, at the end, we are going to discuss a little bit about complete enumeration at a glance, like the tools, techniques, target, and countermeasure. Now, first, we will see what is the objectives, then which tools to use, quick countermeasure. First, find network range. Then to find network range, who is lookup going to help us? To hide our network range, we have to use NATing, network address translation, and firewall. Next, host discovery. Find out the live systems. The popular tool we use is Nmap. To protect it, software restriction policy, or use defense in depth, the layered approach. multiple security programs, devices in a layered approach. If one layer fails, then another layer will be protecting you. The next, port scanning. Also we use here also we use Nmap. Again, as a protection, we can use anti-malware, antivirus. Next, enumeration main step started. NetBIOS or SMB enumeration. We have seen so many tools for that, like Hyena, NetScan Tools Pro, then NBT Scan, like that. Here we can block the 139 and 445 on firewall. That is the main what security admins or security person do to protect it, or multiple options we have actually. Like first and the most important is that, so block 139 and 445 on firewall. So disable the SMB, disable NetBIOS, use network firewall, Windows firewall, software firewall, disable sharing. These are the options we use as countermeasure for NetBIOS and SMB enumeration. And the next is SNMP enumeration, Simple Network Management Protocol. We have seen the tool of Metasploit. We used that auxiliary for this. So what we can do to protect our protect from SNMP enumeration, that is upgrade to SNMP v3, version 3, which will provide the encrypted transfer or traffic. Then change default community string. So it is having two community strings, public and private, which are default. Using that, attackers do enumeration. So we have to change it, change the default strings. That is one of the most important. Remove the sensitive information from mail responses. Next, LDAP enumeration, lightweight directory access protocol enumeration. The tools we use, AD Explorer. So how to protect it? Use SSL, configure password policy, access control policy, then configure different username, email addresses, configure authentication. These are the options we have as a protection for LDAP enumeration. Next is NTP enumeration. We use Wireshark. In Wireshark, we can sniff the packets which are synchronizing for NTP. Here also, we can change the NTP version. We can upgrade it. Then we can configure authentication to secure our network from NTP enumeration. Next is SMTP enumeration, Simple Mail Transfer Protocol. So here we can use NetScan Tools Pro. In the NetScan Tools Pro, I have shown you already like many types of enumeration we can do using as NetScan Tools Pro, like SMB, NetBIOS, SMTP, etc. So disable open relay, avoid unknown recipients are the main countermeasures which we can use to protect our SMTP enumeration. Now next is DNS enumeration. Now for DNS enumeration, what we do, NS lookup. NS lookup, then the host information or the website if you give, it will tell you the DNS or the name servers. Now how we can protect it? Disable zone transfer to untrusted host. Disable zone transfer to untrusted host. Hide the sensitive information from public, we can see. This is how we can protect DNS enumeration. Now, at the end is IPsec, VoIP, RPC, Linux enumeration. This all also we can do using Nmap, and here as a protection, I'm giving you update all applications, softwares, including operating system, and do it from the original source as we had discussed in the beginning. Upgrade all the softwares, upgrade your operating system, keep it up to date, patch it from the original source. This is how you can protect your network from enumeration. Thank you.